for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
The Pennzoil Truck Series is back in northeastern Pennsylvania at the tricky triangle, the Pocono Raceway, 2.5 mile triangle for the running of the Pocono 200 here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Roland Cook in the 47 has the pole for today's race. Two's outside is the 41 of Tim Randolph. Then third we have Riley Spurley, fourth is Landon Lyons, and rounding out the top five it's Marshall Burrow. Then sixth we have Jay Jefferson, Danny Bright in seventh, Oliver Galloway in eighth. In ninth place we have Jake Galloway, who's going for his third consecutive win in the Pennzoil Truck Series. To be unheard of if he could get that done here today. Lawrence Poundpond rounds out the top 10 of the 39 truck. Then behind for the rest of the field, Mathis Wells, two's outside, Danny Lloyd. Then behind them, Jack Canoramo and Cynthia Bright. Then we have Michael Sanders and Greg Lee. Behind them, Ray Sir with Francis Dustin. Then Luke Rainey, Pennsylvania native, with Stephen Taylor in the 44, two's outside. Then we have Eli Tomlin and Keith Stevens. Matt Hamilton, who's inside. Trey Rainey, just like his brother Luke, Pennsylvania native, but he's looking to, get a sweet ending here today after the heartbreak he had at Kansas, where it looked like he was on his way to victory then at the pit. Then Ricky Miller, who is third in points, only 3 points back at the points lead. Daniel Price, who is outside. Then we have one of the drivers tied for the points lead, Code Luigi, Reese Bennett in the 5, who's outside. Then we have Kashawn Richardson and Mike Burrow. Behind them, Derek Bouchard and Max Rossi. Then Jonathan Beefer and Blake Petrus. And in the final row, Anthony Sharp on the 51, to his outside is the 13, Anthony Hernandez, who is tied with Code Luigi for the points lead. There's our starting line for the Pocono 200 at the Pocono Raceway. Let's get started with our command to fire the engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
And with that command, 36 engines coming to life here in northeastern Pennsylvania and Long Pond, Pennsylvania for the Pocono 200. Roland Cook and our 36 truck field rolling off the starting grid here for the Pocono 200. It's a tricky course, 3 distinct corners, 3 straightaways of different lengths, and 12 laps each time, 2.5 miles around. It's going to be a wild, intense here at the Pocono Raceway. So as they come off turn number 3, no turn 4 here at Pocono. 3 corners, a triangle. As the pace truck let the left-hand turn down the pit road, the longest straightaway. Here, down the front stretch, Roland Cook, two's outside, the 41 Tim Randolph to the green flag. And we are green at Pocono. Tim Randolph with a perfect start to this race, went from second to the inside lane, and is challenging with Cook for the racing through turn 2, the tunnel turn. Close their slip, almost off the front bumper of that 47 car. He takes the race lead, but Marshall Burrow saying, not quite yet, I'm coming to the bottom lane. I want to lead lap number 1 to turn 3. And side by side to lead lap 1, the 10 Marshall Burrow down low. Here comes the 88 of Danny Bright behind him. But off corner number 3, they race. Marshall Burrow, the 10 truck, comes down the front stretch, going to try and block Danny Bright off to lead lap 1 here, Pocono, and he does. Burrow, 5 points to lead lap 1. Now Danny Bright and the 88 coming to the bottom lane. There's the 3 wide further back in the pack, and almost 4 wide to turn 1. Cynthia Bright looking for a way in the middle lane. Galloway goes to the middle. The 11 truck up into Marshall Burrow, close there. Look at Danny Bright. Look at the 10 of Burrow around the outside, using almost the wall to get that run off the corner. Yeah, Danny Bright got really tight there in the middle lane coming down the backstretch. How about Jake Galloway in the 11? Great run to get clear. He's going for 3 in a row in the Pennzoil Truck Series. And Mathis Wells, last season champion, pushed 3 wide to the bottom lane in the tunnel turn. That's tight there. It's inside the top 3. Contact back there. But they keep it going straight. Jake Galloway in the 11. Big move to get to the inside the 10 to turn 3. And Jake Galloway, the 11 truck out front for the 3rd consecutive race. Now Cynthia Bright, the 33, coming forward. The push from Danny Lloyd in the 17. How about Luke Rainey coming on the bottom with Jay Jefferson and Trey Rainey? Cynthia, big push from Lloyd, Now Lloyd hangs that left to get underneath the 33. And Galloway's pulled away in the 11 to turn 1. They have 10 to go here, Pocono. Side by side for a second, 17 really tight down low. Allows Cynthia Bright to get clear. Marshall Burrow going to fight back on the outside as well. Down long pound straightaway. Look at Luke Rand, the outside, the 17 of Danny Lloyd looking for a spot. He's trying to get up here and win again at Pocono. He's won here in the Pennzoil Truck Series. He's won here in the Gatorade Cup Series. A multi-time winner here at Pocono among many different series. But still out front, they're running down and trying to catch Jake Galloway in the 11, who's leading, looking for his third consecutive Pennzoil Truck Series victory. It'd be unprecedented if he could get it done here today. They come off 3. Cynthia Bright in the draft, coming down the front stretch. Right under the back tailgate of that 11 truck. Does she move to the inside? She stays in line for now. Marshall Burrow, Danny Lloyd also coming. Now Burrow peeks left for second. Where's Lloyd in the 17 go? Stays high for now to turn 1. Look at Cynthia. Pushed up the racetrack in the 33. How that outside's working through 1, but through 2 and 3, you definitely want to be on the bottom link. See, Cynthia Bright gets clear. Danny Lloyd's possibly trying to get clear right here in the 17. Looks like he's gonna. So the outside works through turn 1, but now Burrow fighting back in 4th. For second. Lloyd, contact with Cynthia Bright. Sideways off turn 2, saves the truck. Yeah, that was a big save by Lloyd. That was in front of the whole field. That could be a big crash. Burrow looking 3 wide through the tunnel. Or through turn 3, excuse me. Look at the 33 and the 41 up almost into the wall. Off turn 3. Marshall Burrow is second. Look at the run he has in the 11 of Galloway. To the inside down the front stretch. Big push from the A1. Jay Jefferson and the 88 of Danny Bright. To turn 1. Galloway up top in the 11. Down low. Marshall Burrow in the 10. Has the eventual clear to turn 1. Easy pass for the 10. Marshall Burrow that draft. Now Jay Jefferson, the A1. Down that yellow line. A big corner for Jay. Yeah, great corner by Jay Jefferson there to get beneath the 10 into the wall. And Burrow hard as Jay Jefferson clears in the A1 for the race lead. Burrow down line the 10. As Galloway in the 11 goes to the high side. Tunnel turn. Burrow back again to the inside. Jake Galloway fades up 3 wide in the 11. Burrow back to the inside for the lead. And Luke Ray back down the inside going for third on Danny Bright. Burrow in the 10. Drives it hard underneath the 81 of Jay Jefferson. They come off corner number 3. 7 laps of racing to go, this time by a Pocono. Marshall Burrow, Jay Jefferson are side by side for the lead. Behind them, Luke Rennie coming up to try to get to third. And look at the shuffling in the pack. Trucks moving in and out of line, trying to get the draft, trying to find the right way around. Burrow with the advantage to turn 1. Jay Jefferson up top's going to fall back. Luke Rennie put to the middle lane. Roland Cook, our pole sitter, coming back. Look at the run for the A1 on the top side. They're wrecking at turn 1. It's Reese Bennett, Greg Lee. The yellow flag will come out for the first time coming to halfway. Side by side for the lead. Down long, putt straight to the tunnel turn. This good determine who's going to lead us back to the caution flag and restart in front. Burrow clears, but here comes Luke Ray in the 29. But Luke got a little loose off the corner, fades back, and Marshall Burrow gets out front to clear. Now he wants to get back around through 3 to lead them back to the caution flag. Halfway. It'll be 6 to go at the caution flag. Off turn 3, Marshall Burrow, Luke Rainey, Roland Cook will be 1, 2, 3 at the start-finish line. And that's how the restart does as long as everything goes right. So yellow flag at halfway for a crash in turn 1 involving Reese Bennett, Greg Lee, and some others. So we'll see what happens at caution number 1 at the back of the pack here at the Pocono Raceway. Here's the fight towards the back of the pack, entering turn number 1. Reese Bennett in the middle lane, the 5 truck. Up top of his is the 14 Greg Lee. How about the 4 of Steven Taylor coming low? And the 5 may not have known that. They get together up into the 14 Greg Lee. Those 2 trucks take hard hits into the outside wall. Matt Hamill gets some damage. Looks like he should be fine. The rest gone by. It's really only 2 trucks with damage from this crash. Greg Lee and Reese Bennett hit hard. He's right there. Steven Taylor, the 44, trying to get down to the bottom lane. I think the 5 of Reese Bennett maybe didn't know that. Got put in the middle by Lawrence Pound Pound. Pound Pound might not have known it was 3 wide. He may have squeezed down into the 5. And that's really what caused this accident. One more better look at this. Yeah, I think Lawrence Pound Pound maybe didn't know it was 3 wide right there. Pinched down into the 5, and before he knew it was too late. And the contact was made. And the 14, the 5 with their heavy damage, going to be slowing off the pace. And their shots of the win here today are done. So leading us back to the caution flag. Marshall Burrow in the 10 gets out in front of Jay Jefferson in the A1. Burrow in the 10 will lead us back to the green flag. It's going to be around maybe 2 laps to go here at Pocono. 2 laps to go, restart at Pocono. 5 miles to determine the winner of the Pocono 200. This will be the final restart of the day. It's going to be the most important one for these drivers to determine who gets the victory lane. Marshall Burrow leads the race. Greg Lee's out. The only one out. Reese Bennett 35th with that damage. So Marshall Burrow leading us back to the restart. In second is Luke Rainey. Roland Cook third. Riley Sprue fourth. Racer fifth. Jay Jefferson. Anthony Hernandez is going to try and take over the points lead. Matthew Wells, Danny Bright, and Derek Bouchard are top 10. Here on the green flag, we are back racing. The front two separate themselves. Roland Cook in the 47 spun the tires from third. Riley Sprue to the bottom win the 60. Some tracks break out of line, including points leader Cole Luigi trying to get up here and challenge with the third team Anthony Hernandez. As Luke Rainey looking low on the 10. Burrow for the lead. They separate themselves from the third on back. Luca trying to get out front, pull away, and stay single file. Down the back, side by side. Luke Rainey in the 29. Gonna try and clear through the tunnel turn. 29 out front, but Riley Sprue coming to the bottom lane. Coming to the white flag here at Pocono. Sprue makes clear in second, chasing down the 29 of Luke Rainey to turn 3. Jay Jefferson trying to get to third. In case these front two get side by side. Off turn 3, Sprue bangs the left to the bottom of Luke Rainey. Coming down the front stretch. This is the white flag in the Pocono 200 last lap in the Pennzoil Truck Series. Here comes Jay Jefferson, a big run to turn 1. Where does he go? Does he go low with Riley Sprue? Does he stay high with Luke Rainey to turn 1? To the inside. Riley Sprue in the 60. How about Jay Jefferson looking low, trying for that 60 in the middle. And Luke Rainey wound up on the top side off turn 1. Down the back stretch, 3 wide for the lead of Pocono. Luke Rainey up top, Riley Sprue in the middle. Jay Jefferson in the bottom lane. 3 wide to the tall turn for the final time at Pocono. Jefferson slides up into Sprue to make contact with Luke Rainey. They're into the wall. Around they're going to go. They save it for now, but Jay Jefferson pulls away. How about Danny Bright and Jake Galloway in third? To turn 3, Jefferson up the racetrack. Danny Bright, the 88 down the bottom lane. Off corner number 3. For the win, the Pocono Jordan side by side. Jay Jefferson on the outside is going to win in the Pennzoil Truck Series. The late race contact. The madness happening in the pack. And Jay Jefferson 3 wide to victory lane in the Pennzoil Truck Series for the first time in his career. And how about Jake Galloway in the 11, close to 3 in a row. He ends up third. And he is definitely going to be a threat for the championship with how strong he's been as of late. It looks like Anthony Hernandez will possibly take over the points lead with a 8th place finish here today at Pocono. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Pocono 200 at the Pocono Raceway. 1 caution flag for 4 laps there at the end, set up the 2 lap to go restart. 4 lead changes, 4 different drivers leading laps in this race. Jay Jefferson out front and beats Danny Bright in the drag race back to the start finish line to win at Pocono. Jake Galloway, 3rd place, was 2 positions away from going 3 in a row in the Pennzoil Truck Series. It would have been an amazing feat if he could have gotten it done, but he's moved up in points now to 2nd. Derek Bouchard 3rd, Daniel Price 4th, and Daniel Price rounds out the top 5. Then Daniel Lloyd 6th, Matthew Wells 7th, Anthony Hernandez up to the points with an 8th place finish from 36th starting position. Mike Burrow 9th, and Marshall Burrow with the most laps led 7 in 10th. So there's the top 20. Cole Luigi definitely minimized the amount of damage that was going to happen to him this race. He was running pretty much mid-pack, 18th to 25th all day long. On that last restart, moved up from mid-pack to 12th. Even though it wasn't a great day for Cole Luigi, definitely minimized the damage to him. And Riley Sprue to Luke Rainey were 3 wide for the lead down Long Pond Straightaway in the last lap. They ended up 13th and 14th after making contact with each other and both getting into the wall. Roland Cook from the pole, he restarted 3rd, back to 15th, now lap led for him. Look down here, Greg Lee, the only truck out of the race, and Reese Bennett off pace there at the end with the damage. Let's now go look at the point standings. Here are the points. After the Pocono Raceway, Pocono 200, Anthony Hernandez gets to the top now, not in a tie. He is the points leader by himself, but it's only by 9 points over Jake Galloway with his 3rd straight top 5 this season. Galloway is up to 9 points back in 2nd. Cole Luigi only 15 back in 3rd, so it's still 15 points separating the top 3. Derek Bouchard 60 back in 4th, and Ricky Miller falls to 5th, 72 back. Danny Bright in 6th, Max Rossi 7th. Oliver Galloway, Matt Hamill, and Daniel Price are our top 10 in the points. So as we look at the top 20, Mike Burrow up to 13th and is in one of the wildcard positions, along with Riley Sprue, who is 17th in the points. So those two right now hold our 2 wildcard spots, but we do have some other winners below the top 20 in the points. So look down here as we see Keith Stevens down to 23rd. Those 2 victories would get him a wildcard spot if he is top 20 in points, so he really needs to get up there badly. Jay Jefferson that went up to 29th and Racer down 33rd. That 30 team just cannot put together after Daytona. So it started out really well for Racer, but it's starting to turn ugly, starting to turn south for that 30 team where they know that now a chase chance might be out the window for that 30 team. So we'll keep it on the Northeast as we go to Dover for the Goodies 250 Under the Lights. I'll see you guys then.